I played every single Mario Kart game to answer one simple question. How tasty is every Mario Kart track? This might be the worst idea I've ever had. Okay, starting with the first track in the entire Mario Kart series, and I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't look very tasty. 2 out of 10. Okay, on the donut plains here, and it has donut in the name, so surely there'll be some tasty donuts for us to look at or eat. Alright, so I've driven around the entire track, and there's no donuts! 0 out of 10! Okay, I'm not gonna lie, the floor does look a little tasty. Like, maybe it's like some nice chocolate bars that I could eat. So honestly, I'm gonna give this track a 5 out of 10. You know, the low quality lava honestly looks kind of tasty. Like, it could be some nice tomato soup. I could really use the tomato soup right now because I have a little bit of a cold. So I'm gonna give this track a 5 out of 10 as well. Well, considering that this track looks exactly the same to Mario Circuit 1, this is also getting a 2 out of 10. Okay, we're on to the Flower Cup, and here we have Choco Island. And I'm not gonna lie, this is another track that I would think would be tasty, but it doesn't look all too tasty to me. Let's take a little gander at this mud pile. I mean, is this chocolate, or did someone just take a fat dookie here? 1 out of 10. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. Okay, I mean, I'm not even gonna open Donut Plains 2 because I'm just gonna be disappointed, so let's just go to Bowser's Castle. Okay, so once again, we have the return of tomato soup, but if we look at the bottom half of the screen, it looks like the surface area circumference of the radius of the soup looks a bit bigger. And so if I have more tomato soup to eat, that just means it's a better track. So I'm gonna give this a 7 out of 10. Alright, and we're on the Mario Kart Circuit 3, which, big surprise, it's gonna get the same rating as Mario Circuit 1 and Mario Circuit 2. Okay, we got some fish over here, but considering that this is 1992 graphics, they don't look very scrumptious to me. Okay, we got some grass here, but I'm gonna be honest, this track gets a 2 out of 10. There's really just water. Yeah, I mean, we're in poop land again, so I'm gonna give this, once again, another 1 out of 10. You'd think that a track called Vanilla Lake would be tasty, but there's literally nothing vanilla about this. It's just ice and snow. There's no vanilla, there's no vanilla ice cream, no vanilla milkshake. 0 out of 10. Okay, we're on the Bowser Castle 3. I'm gonna have to give it a 4 out of 10. Okay, I mean, I don't even think I have to enter Mario Circuit 4. Just put the ranking. Yeah, if I had to rate this track, I would give it a 5 out of 10. Wait a minute. This is Mario 64! So, I'm gonna assume this track is not very tasty, but I'm gonna drive around it. Give it a chance. Okay, so after driving around the track, I've come to the conclusion that it's actually not tasty. 2 out of 10. Yeah, I mean, other than there's really not much tasty about the track. They could have at least put like some fruit in the trees or something. I'm gonna give Moo Moo Farm a 4 out of 10. Yeah, there's nothing tasty about this view. You'd think that a beach would get you in this tropical mood. It would get you wanting some coconut juice, maybe some nice seafood. But there is nothing tasty about this track. I'm gonna just have to give it a 0 out of 10. Actually, if I could get the shortcut here, I'll give this track a 1 out of 10. Okay, I'm actually still gonna give it a 0 out of 10. Okay, now I understand we got like a mustard sky going on, and some mustard lovers out there might find the sky to be a little tasty. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give this a 2 out of 10 though. Now, I'm sure there's plenty of tasty snacks in the vehicles, but these people aren't gonna give them to me. Either that, or there are copious amounts of drugs inside of there. Okay, so we're on Frap Snowland. They better be serving Frappuccinos. The snowmen look kind of tasty. Ah, they do not look tasty. This is a 2 out of 10. Okay, we got the return of the Choco Saga with Choco Mountain. Let's see if anything looks tasty or if there's any, like, actual chocolate. Okay, I like the Yoshi sign, but there's no chocolate. It's just mountain. So this is gonna get a 3 out of 10. I'm not gonna lie, I can't really tell the difference whether this is grass or whether someone just vomited everywhere. So I'm gonna give this track a 2 out of 10. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this track kind of gives Choco Mountain vibes, but at least it doesn't advertise itself as selling chocolate. So I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. The penguins look kind of tasty. Just kidding. Why the fuck would I eat a penguin? 1 out of 10. For a track called Royal Raceway, there's nothing that's really royal about this. Okay, on the Bowser's Castle, and let's take a look at the tomato soup. Okay, that's not what I meant. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This is like kind of the downfall of tomato soup. It just looks like charcoal. 1 out of 10. Now, it may be hard to notice, but if we drive over here, I can see that there are bananas in the tree. This is huge. But even though this is the inferior Donkey Kong track, there are bananas. 6 out of 10. All right, this has got to be like case 345 of, hey, look, there's a bunch of grass everywhere. I want food. I want edible things. I want things that are consumable. I want to fall into the Grand Canyon. 3 out of 10. There is nothing tasty about this. This might be my first negative ranking, but this is gonna be a -1 out of 10. Okay, now this is better, but it's Rainbow Road, and there's really nothing tasty. Maybe the star over there is tasty. I don't know. I'm just gonna give it a 2 out of 10. Okay, on the Mario Kart Super Circuit, and we are gonna once again continue the Yoshi tradition. There's fruit on the trees. Guys, there's fruit on the trees. This is an automatic 7 out of 10. Okay, on the Shy Guy Beach. And once again, we have fruit on the trees. I'm not gonna lie, this game is pretty impressive so far. Like, I'm a big fruit enjoyer. This is gonna get a 7 out of 10. I love that there's coconuts. Okay, on the Riverside Park, and there are trees in the distance. Nothing here really looks all too tasty. So I'm gonna have to give this a 3 out of 10. We have the return of tomato soup. Actually, the lava doesn't really look that tasty, if I'm gonna be honest. It's just red with like fucking lines. Yeah, we're gonna give this a 2 out of 10. I'm sorry. All right, we got another Mario Circuit, and big surprise, it doesn't look tasty. 2 out of 10. Boo Lake. Boo. I'm gonna have to give Boo Lake a 3 out of 10. Nothing here looks very tasty. Okay, on the Cheese Land, there's literally food in the name. We have to identify how tasty the cheese is. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. The cheese does not look tasty to me. It's just yellow Lego blocks. And is that the cheese mood over there? Okay, this is a little too cheesy. I'm about to give it a 4 out of 10. Here we are in Luigi Circuit, and I'm not gonna lie, there's nothing really tasty about this track. I kind of just feel lonely, so 1 out of 10. Okay, Sky Garden is a classic Mario Kart track, but when it comes to taste, there's nothing really tasty about it. But because it's Sky Garden, I'm gonna give it like a 5 out of 10. I think those are supposed to be crabs. You know, it's a shame. I really like crabs, but there's no tasty looking crabs. Oh, but there's coconut on the trees. 7 out of 10. Okay, on the Sunset Wilds, and I see cactuses. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 10. Okay, on the Snowland, and honestly, the track does look kind of tasty, is what I would say if I was fucking lying. This is a 2 out of 10. Okay, on the Ribbon Road, which has got to be one of the most unique tracks in this game. And honestly, it's kind of giving like candy vibes right now. So honestly, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. I'm not gonna lie, the Yoshi statue in the background looks like one of those animal crackers that I would eat in like the first grade. So I'm gonna give this a 7 out of 10. Okay, we're on Bowser Castle 75, and I'm not gonna lie.
It's the same shit. Over fucking over.
Why? What is going on?
Nobody fucking get it! It's a fucking game!
3 out of 10. Okay, before we get into Double Dash, I forgot to rank the last cup in the original game and in Super Circuit. I give both of them a 2 out of 10. Also, follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/answer100. 2 out of 10. The cataquacks are the only thing tasty here, so I'm gonna give this a 3 out of 10. -1 out of 10, -1 out of 10, -1 out of 10. Double Dash is kind of disappointing. This entire cup was not tasty. Once again, 2 out of 10. Mushroom Bridge, another track that has so much potential, but nothing looks tasty. Nothing looks tasty, bruh. It's a 2 out of 10, bruh. Next Mario circuit I see, I'm literally jumping out my window. We got a whole ass cruise ship and there's no fucking food. This is a 0 out of 10. Like, don't get me wrong, I love this game, but there's literally nothing tasty about this track. This is getting a 2 out of 10, bruh. As much as I want to be mad at this track, this is probably the best we're gonna get, so I'll give it a 4 out of 10. We got a whole ass city, and there's still nothing tasty. 1 out of 10. Yoshi's Circuit in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, very tasty. In this game, garbage. 2 out of 10. The volcano is how I feel about this track, 2 out of 10. Yeah, so after driving across this entire Coliseum, you'd be surprised to know that this is a 0 out of 10. We got all of these trees, and we even have this dinosaur. But since there's nothing here to eat, alongside the fact that the dinosaur doesn't have anything to eat, this is a 0 out of 10. The fireballs kind of look like cheese balls, so I'll give it a 5 out of 10. You know what? The items in the distance kind of look like tasty, like Jolly Rancher candy, so I'll also give this track a 5 out of 10. Okay, on the Mario Kart DS, thank God. I know that ranking the retro tracks may or may not change the tastiness score of the track, but for the purposes of entertainment, I'm not going to be ranking the retro tracks in this video. With that being said, this track is a 0 out of fucking 10. Yoshi Falls seems like a nice getaway, but it's a 2 out of 10. Obvious 10 out of 10. I don't know if I'm more scared of the graphics or the track itself. Okay, after driving through the mansion, this is a literal 1 out of 10. This track is somehow cheesier than Cheeseland, so I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. You already know they're serving the craziest food at Delfino Square. This is a 9 out of 10. As much as I love Waluigi Pinball, I'm getting flashbacks to Wario's Coliseum, so this is a 2 out of 10. This is also a 2 out of 10. And this is also a 2 out of 10. And this is a 1 out of 10. And this is a 0 out of 10! I mean, this is a literal airship, so my expectations aren't high, but we got tasty lava laser beams, so this is a 3 out of 10. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, the mud here actually looks like tasty chocolate, so I'm gonna give this a 7 out of 10. You know what? The walls on this track actually look like funnel cake, so I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10. Peach Gardens, a truly remarkable track to race on, but unfortunately, it's gonna have to be a 3 out of 10. Lava looks tasty, I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10, but Rainbow Road? Yeah, that's gonna be a 2 out of 10.
Mario Kart.
Man, you already know what the fuck is going on. Yeah, this track honestly looks very tasty. It's what I would say if I was lying. 2 out of 10. Oh shit, we back on the fucking farm. Oh, look at those cows over there. They're looking fucking scrumptious. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna have to give this like a 7 out of 10. Alright, we got some Goombas here, but they're not looking all too tasty. But watch this. It's a 2 out of 10. Okay, we're on the Toad's factory. Maybe there'll be some food in this factory. Maybe we'll get into Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. Yeah, there's no chocolate in this factory, so I'm gonna have to do what's necessary. Wait, this Mario circuit's actually kind of thriving. There might be some tasty things in town. Do you have any food, sir? Do you have any food, sir? And perhaps do you have anything tasty, sir? Oh no, this is just another 2 out of 10 track? Okay. Okay, we're widowy about to enter Coconut Mall. There better be some tasty items in here. Well, this may not be tasty, but that's certainly a tasteful sign. Alright, this may be my grandpa, but that's not something tasty. Well, they do have cafes here, and they have bakeries. So I'm gonna give this a 6 out of 10. Okay, we're going to a snow resort. You know, if I stare at that Mario statue long enough, I can imagine it being like chocolate with like icing on it. But other than that, there's really not much to this track. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. On the Wario's Gold Mine. Okay, I was trying to look cool by doing a shortcut there. Okay, on the Wario's Gold Mine, this track gets a 1 out of 10. Okay, this place is looking very, very promising. Okay, never mind. Daisy Circuit is a disappointment. 3 out of 10. Alright, let's see what one of the best tracks in the game has to offer. Okay, so we got some Goombas. We have water, which might be tasty to some. And hey, maybe it's sparkling water. But if it was sparkling water, that would make the score go down by quite a bit. Oh, okay, and we got some tasty electricity. Yeah, it's gonna be a 3 out of 10. I'm sorry. The words Maple Treeway already make this track score higher than the other ones. But let's see what the actual track has to offer. Because let's be honest, Maple Treeway is just such a tasty sounding name. Can't put my finger on why, but just trust me. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give this track a 5 out of 10 purely because of the name. Since we're in a literal fucking volcano, I'm not expecting a high score for this track. And the lava doesn't even look tasty. Yeah, I'm gonna give this a 2 out of 10. Mario Kart! W's in the comments if you like Mario Kart. As much as I love this track, it's just gonna have to get a 2 out of 10. I'm sorry. On the Moonview Highway, we only have 3 more tracks left. Is that a Moo Moo dairy truck? Lactose intolerant people, 2 out of 10. My type of people, 10 out of 10. Coconut fruit, 11 out of 10. Infamous Bowser's Castle. Yeah, the lava does not look tasty in this game, I'm sorry. Furthermore, the fireballs are not giving cheese ball energy, so that's not helping Bowser Castle's case here. 3 out of 10. On the Rainbow Road, we have yet to see a tasty Rainbow Road, but maybe this will change everything. Wait a minute. Do you guys see what I'm seeing? Those are star bits. And if you know the lore of Super Mario Galaxy, you know those taste like honey. Honey tastes good. 7 out of 10 track. I'm not gonna lie, this track kind of reminds me of Toad Circuit, so I'm gonna give it a 0 out of 10. The vibes on this track are immaculate, but Daisy ain't serving no Daisy cake, so I'm gonna give this a 2 out of 10. This track is not tasty, edible, or yummy. It's just forgettable. 0 out of 10. Are you kidding me? We got a whole ass market here from the Shy Guys, but Daisy couldn't even provide us with anything. 6 out of 10. Cross country cycling? I want a fucking cheeseburger. 0 out of 10. 0 out of 10. Wow, this piano looks very tasty. 5 out of 10. The mushrooms in the background remind me of New Super Mario Bros. 2, so this gets a negative 1 out of 10. Tasty track for piranha plants. Not a tasty track for me. 1 out of 10. 2 out of 10. 2 out of 10. And 2 out of 10. I didn't think it was possible, but we finally arrived at the holy grail of tastiness in Mario Kart 7. Without a doubt in my mind, this track is an 11 out of 10. 2 out of 10. 2 out of 10. 2 out of 10. Okay, so I can either be a hot woman, or I can be whatever the hell this is. Okay, right off the bat, I don't see anything that looks too tasty. Everything kind of just looks boring, but it's a fucking stadium, so what are we supposed to expect? Maybe those toads are like eating goldfish or something, but it's not like they're gonna share with me. Now, there could be snacks, maybe back here, but since there's nothing in view for me to really eat, I'm gonna give this a 2 out of 10. Okay, so this track is looking a bit more promising because we are at a water park after all. I noticed that there's a hotel over there, so that means that there has to be a hotel food service. Yeah, there's not much edible things in sight. If anything, I'm probably the thing that's gonna get eaten. I think overall, this is like a 5 out of 10 because they have hotel food service, but there's not really much on the actual park itself. Okay, now this track is looking very, very tasty. We got gingerbread cookies, we got ice cream, we got Yoshi, we got some more ice cream, some cookies with questionable substance in the middle. I think that's a fudgesicle, some sugar cones, even a chocolate sugar cone. Let's try to eat this. Oh yeah, that shit was delicious. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10, only because I don't like the piss fountains or the piss water. Okay, now if I was a bunny, this map would be paradise, because I'd be eating the fucking grass. But unfortunately, this is what I look like. Now, there is a waterfall over there, Whether or not that water is drinkable, I don't know. I'll give this track a 3 out of 10. Man, what is this? We got the fucking paparazzi over here. And that's not gonna make me very hungry. That's gonna make me mad. So there's Goombas, there's piranha plants, and there's the paparazzi. 1 out of 10. Alright, they better have some nice food in Toad Harbor. Are you kidding me? Princess Orange. That sounds pretty yummy if you ask me. They also have Fun Flower. I don't know if that's a food store. We got Tropical Grocery and Fountain Cafe. Tropical Bakery, Yoshi's Egg Market. Wow, they even have Toad's Toy Store. This is a 12 out of 10, easily the best track I've driven on. Nothing's really making me hungry. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. Okay, I see some Shy Guys mining some crystals, but I also see 2 eggs down there, and I like my eggs. Those kind of look hard-boiled though. I prefer them to be scrambled. I give this track a solid 5 out of 10. Wow, okay, an airport with no food. You know, this may be a DoorDash right here again. Oh, we broke the crate. There's nothing inside these crates. Wow, what a waste of time and energy. You're just moving crates that don't even have anything in them. There's literally nothing in here. 0 out of 10. This airport doesn't have food, and they're not even running the damn place properly. 3 out of 10. Dude, the Shy Guys and Koopas are getting kind of lit right now. I'm not gonna lie, the road looks a little bit tasty, but other than that, there's nothing really edible here. I'm gonna have to give it a 3 out of 10. Okay, so we're like in the middle of nowhere, so there's probably gonna be no fucking food for us to eat. And can we talk about these Shy Guys? They're literally on every single map in the game. We need to bring back the Miis. 2 out of 10. Okay, and we're on to the Special Cup. Well, it doesn't look like there's really anything to eat on this map, so I'm just gonna bang my head against this wall and rate this a 1 out of 10. Now, this sand does not look tasty, but this sand over here, moderately tasty. I'm not gonna lie, this track gets a 5 out of 10. I don't think there's anything that's edible here, but there's a decent amount of stuff that looks tasty. Once again, I don't have high hopes for Bowser's Castle, because everything is just dangerous here. Yeah, there's nothing in this environment that is making me hungry, not even the nacho cheese looking lava. 0 out of 10. Okay, on the Rainbow Road, we better find some fire-ass space food. 3 out of 10.